Hey everyone, name's Kyle. Nice seeing y'all. It is very, very early in the morning. I am very tired right now, and we're deciding to play Sonic City. We're gonna go for an any percent speed run. So no going to the past, no destroying any robot generators, no time stones, just going from point A to point B.
There are no situations in the speedrun where going to the past will create like an easier or faster route.
Yeah, we'll just do that. All right, I'm ready whenever you guys are. All right, so in 3, 2, 1, go. Just gonna be skipping the AMV in the beginning and going to Palm Tree Paddock. That AMV is 1 minute long. I can't do that.
That's the best part of the game.
We could have listened to Toot Toot Sonic Warrior.
Yeah.
Also, that reminds me, we're playing the Japanese soundtrack for this game because it's miles better than the American one.
I like both.
So what's your experience with Sonic City?
I actually played it on the Sonic Gems collection for the first one. It was on GameCube. That's the first time I ever played it.
So you played it with a joystick?
Yes, I played it with a GameCube controller. And then I played the mobile port, which is the same port that we're playing now, which was made by Christian Whitehead on my iPhone.
An amazing port of the game that fixes a lot of the issues I originally had for it.
Yeah. An amazing port, except they tied it to the frame rate, which is the problem we were having.
Yeah, I don't know why.
amazing port, but it's we had to lower the monitor's hertz to 60 to get this to read inputs properly, which is interesting.
Yeah. But it's working now, so
yeah,
can't really complain about that.
The person who ported this game went on to be the director of Sonic Mania.
Yep, another great game, which is, I think, on sale on Steam right now.
Is it?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Good game.
Mania or Mania Plus?
Mania Plus, I think.
Oh, nice.
So you can get all the DLC. It's, I think, $9 right now.
So what was the first version of Sonic CD that you played? The actual Sega CD?
No, I also played the Gems Collection version first, and I actually didn't really like it that much. I didn't like the stage design. I didn't really like a lot of the choices they made. I hated how they did the spin dash in the original game. They were just not really my favorite Sonic game.
I was a sucker for Metal Sonic.
Yeah, I was too, but this is Eggman's first robot thing. I usually kill that a lot faster than usual, but again, it's 6 o'clock. I've had 5 hours of sleep, as you can see. So again, this is going to be a completely 80% run. We're gonna try not to go to the future or the past and that kind of stuff. So we're just gonna see a bunch of bad futures. Sonic's not gonna save the day.
Yeah. In this game, because they didn't have like the same amount of levels they have the same amount of levels in a typical Sonic game, but they're shorter than what you would imagine and expect from the Sega Genesis version. So it's like Sonic 1, 2, and 3.
Well, the funny thing about that is that this game was made in coincide with Sonic 2. The reason why this game was made in Japan while Sonic 2 was made in America.
Yeah. And Sonic 2 has Mecha Sonic at the end of it, and in the middle of this game we have Metal Sonic. They are technically different and also
the same.
One was cool, one was forgettable.
Yeah. I mean, they both showed up in Sonic Adventure, which you'll be seeing in a few hours.
Yeah, that's good. I don't know if we're gonna see them specifically, but we'll see. They are in the game. They're in Eggman's lab as a very cool Easter egg.
This is my least favorite zone, by the way, because I hate everything that has to do with bumpers and pinball physics in a Sonic game.
The only Sonic game I think they got it right would be Advance 2. With the music level.
Oh yeah. Was that really pinball though? I feel like that was just general.
Yeah.
I mean, like, they made a pinball game and they didn't get it right.
Yeah. Sonic's pinball's physics are weird.
Yeah. I like Spinball. I played it every now and then. But it's not the best Sonic game in the world. Unlike this game, which is pretty fun.
So where among your favorite Sonic games is CD one of them?
It wasn't until recently, until I actually started speedrunning this game. It became one of my favorite Sonic games. Oh. Okay, I actually just avoided going to the past, which was a really good thing. Because if I went to the past, then I wouldn't be able to really go through the fastest route for this stage. At least my fastest route. Which you're gonna see once I deal with the pinball physics here.
So most people that play Sonic know that the levels typically have like almost routes to them, like a higher route, like where Kyle is now, a low route, and like a midway route.
Yeah.
Those typically also determine the length of your trip.
Usually, if you want to go for the fastest route, you tend to go for either the high or the middle.
Yeah.
You never go for the low route because usually
The low route has things like pitfalls, just a lot of traps. It's almost like they punish you for being slow and missing time jumps and things like that. Like
Sonic.
making
You shouldn't go slow in Sonic.
you can't go slow in Sonic.
You gotta go fast. All right, time for Collision Chaos Act 3. Each Act 3 is just a boss fight, basically. Like, there's usually a tiny level along with it, but it's just usually the boss fight.
This is one of my favorite boss fights.
Really, I hate this boss fight. Because it's just more pinball physics.
I know, but it's funny to me.
Yeah. Thankfully, this is the only pinball-esque level. Oh, God. This is also the first Sonic game where they gave Sonic a voice. It's just for yes.
Does he talk in this? Or is that Japanese soundtrack only?
No, that he does speak. He says like a few lines. He says yes each time he gets an extra life. And if you stand still for 3 minutes in this game, he goes, "I'm out of here," and then jumps off the stage and dies. And then you get an instant game over. Hopefully we won't get that game over, but this is usually my worst stage in the run. Besides,
Understandably so, just
Yeah.
because there's so many things that are in your way.
yeah.
between-
Plus, I'm having a bit of input lag with this controller, so, but not too much. Like, there we go. Unlike other Sonic games, we're not rescuing animals this time around. We're just rescuing flowers.
Yeah. Eggman has created, he stole the planet Morbius and encased it in metal, or he's going to, which is where we are now.
I thought it was Little Planet.
Is it? Yeah, no, that's what it is. You're right. Sonic lives on Morbius, and then it was that planet.
Yeah. Little Planet shows up every, like, in Sonic lore, it shows up every 20, 30 years, or whenever Sonic team needs a quick cop-out for a world.
Yes.
So, right now we're here along with Amy Rose, who has also had her first appearance in this game,
Yes.
who came here because her tarot cards told her that Sonic would be here. But that's a character trait that she never has after this game. Now we just skipped over a big chunk of the lower level of this stage where mostly all the water takes place. So we're just gonna skip over most of the water by hitting these, not hitting those springs, but hitting the springs that are around, not there. Again, 6 in the morning, had 5 hours of sleep. But yeah, Amy's here because Sonic's here, Eggman's here because he wants to take over the planet, and we're gonna stop him by, well, just stopping him. And the best way to stop him is by collecting the time stones and making good futures and everything. Because that's the main gimmick of this game. You travel through the past and the future to make it right.
Instead, we're just going to beat him up.
Yeah, we're just gonna beat him up here.
That works.
Yep. Works just as well. Especially since a lot of his egg machines in this game are very, very pathetic, in my opinion.
Yeah, the bosses are one of the things that are not really as memorable
I would say they're memorable, but like just very, very odd, especially in this game. Because we're gonna come up to one of them very soon, like one of the weirder ones. So have you 100%ed this game? Have you gone for the time stones, try to make good futures everywhere?
I've gone for good futures, but when I played, I was obsessed with time attack Renge.
Really?
That was my issue, yeah, because that was the way to, in the mobile version, the mobile port, that was the only way to get the Japanese soundtrack.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
And unlock the like little planet minimap, and I don't know, I just really wanted that, so I did that.
I love the Japanese soundtrack for this game. Like, the English one is fine, but it doesn't compare to this. All right, time for the third boss. Now, if we're going for good futures, a lot of this would look a lot nicer. That's one of the better parts of this game, I feel like. If you make good futures, you actually see it happen. Like, the worlds become a lot nicer if you go to the future. There's a lot less enemies, a lot more like wildlife. It's really nice. But if it's a bad future,
look a lot more rustic and kind of watered down. They still do the same stuff though.
Yeah, it's more visual than like actual gameplay changes. So that's why I'm not going for the good futures this time around. Maybe next year. Here's one of Eggman's weirder inventions. He makes a bunch of bubbles. We're underwater right now, so if Eggman just didn't do this, we would already die. But because he did, we can just keep sucking up the bubbles and we'll be fine.
It is canon that Sonic can't swim. He
Yeah.
just kind of sinks and is lost.
He's just a hedgehog. I mean, that whole thing is just because, like, Yuji Naka didn't think hedgehogs can swim.
Is that really? That's true?
Yeah, like,
That's funny.
the original designer just didn't think hedgehogs could swim, and he didn't learn until later on that they actually can. Again, Eggman could clearly kill us here if he just didn't give us the water bubbles, but he does. There he goes. Now we're actually going to be going on to one of my favorite stages in this game. I can't remember the name of it, actually. But we're going to go to it right now, so I'll be able to remember the name.
It's not Stardust Speedways, right?
No, it's not Stardust Speedway is 2 more levels from here. Here we go.
This is Quartz Quadrant.
Yep.
Nice.
This is one of my favorite levels because of it's very fast-paced. Like, it has a really fun gimmick where you switch conveyor belts in order to go faster.
It's a better version of the mining level from Sonic 2, in my opinion.
Yeah, it has really good music.
Yeah. You stop there on purpose to avoid going past.
Yeah, like you'll start noticing when you can go to the past because the sign on the bottom will start blinking.
Yeah.
If you want to avoid that, you just like do a quick stop and the thing will go away. In order to go to the past or the future in this game, you have to basically keep running for a certain amount of time and not stop. That way you can travel to the past, sort of like Marty McFly and Back to the Future.
Yeah. So the sign next to Sonic's live count indicates that if he does reach that speed and maintains it for a certain amount of time, he'll go to the future. And there you can reach the goal at the end normally, or you can hit like one of Eggman's like pod things, and that'll disrupt the bad end.
Yeah, that will make a good future if you can defeat the robot generator.
Yes.
Also, I love the sound, the little sound clip it plays whenever you hit a signpost, the little past or future. I don't know, like, again, the more I play this game, the more I really start to love it, because it's just a really fun game to go through really fast.
The level design is definitely up there in terms of the 2D Sonic games. There's not ever really a need or driving force that really stops your momentum as long as you're okay with also being able to move, run, and jump.
Yeah. A lot of this game is very reaction-based. Like, unlike, say, Sonic 1 or 2, well, more Sonic 1, which is a lot more, like, slow platforming despite its whole speed mentality.
Yeah, Sonic 1 likes to make you stop after the first 2 levels.
after the first level. The second level is
Marble Garden Zone is slow as heck.
it's only like 2 levels in Sonic 1 that really let you go fast. It's the Green Hill Zone and I was gonna say Speedway, but Starlight Zone.
Yeah.
It's another thing. Each level in this game has alliteration. So Stardust Speedway, Sports Quadrant, Palm Tree Panic. They all have a bit of alliteration.
So Sonic 1 does have hella glitches for things that make things like Marble Garden Zone skippable, which is really cool. That's a really good speedrun. The OG Sonic Genesis games.
Yeah, Sonic 1 and 2 have these things called zipping, where basically you find ways to like get stuck in the ground and it'll automatically zip to a later part of the level. In this game, like at least in the remastered version, it's a lot harder to zip, which is why I'm not doing it. It's still probably possible, I just haven't really gotten it down. I might get it down better later on. Also, this is one of Eggman's stupidest inventions in the world. Basically, he's just in a conveyor belt dropping bombs on you, but because he's grinding on the floor, we basically just gotta keep running on this treadmill and eventually he'll die. You can see right now, he's just panicking. Get out of here.
Yeah, it's so weird how in Sonic CD there's a lot of situations where Eggman runs away from Sonic and ends up being faster.
I mean, can we get Matt Pat here? He says that Eggman's faster than Sonic. Oh, here is my second least favorite level in the game. I hate Wacky Workbench with a passion, mainly due to the main gimmick of this.
Which gimmick do you like the least? The bounce floor or the shrink ray?
I like the shrink ray because it's like it's cute. I hate the bounce floor because it's flashing, it's annoying. It's like it makes me hit monitors I don't want to hit, or signposts I don't want to hit, and might maybe go back to the future, which the future sucks in this area.
Yeah, they do give you a lot of momentum.
Yeah, and unlike in like most of the levels, the top path usually just leads to dead ends because they intend you to go through there with like the future or the past. So I mainly just try to stick with the bottom path for this because there's no bottomless pits in this area. Also, Sonic just freezes right there. There are no bottomless pits in this area because the whole gimmick is just bouncing off the floor. There's also these like platforms which spin you around constantly. This and the final level, I can't remember the name of it at the top of my head.
I don't remember it either.
Yeah, we'll get to it, but like that level, like those are the only levels where you'll probably see me get past like 2 minutes because I just don't like the stage. I don't like it. I don't like the gimmick. I don't like bouncing all over the place.
It's weird. I don't like it. They should just get rid of it.
Yeah.
Just get rid of that level.
I'm glad it's not in. No wait, Wacky Workbench is in Sonic Mania, isn't it?
Which one is not in Sonic Mania?
It's either Wacky Workbench or the Metallic Madness at the last stage.
Metallic Madness is the last stage, yeah.
I
Nice.
think it's Metallic Madness that's in Sonic Mania. So we just got through Act 1. Act 1 is the harder of the two in my opinion. So once we get to Act 2, it should be a lot smoother.
Are we hitting shrink rays on this route?
What?
Are we hitting shrink rays this route on Wacky Workbench? Or is that not in this? Is that not in Workbench, or is that?
Metallic Madness. Yes, we are going to be hitting a shrink ray.
Yeah. There's one I believe there's one that's mandatory in order to get through the level.
There is one for my run because I'm probably not optimizing it the perfect way. But I usually
think you have to go through at least one, whether you're low or high route.
Yeah. I usually take the low route because it's a lot safer in my opinion. Also, these flashes were a lot worse in the Sega CD version. So, like, it got toned down a lot here, along with a lot of other flashing lights.
The Sega CD version also did not require a Sega CD to play. You can also run the game on Windows.
Really?
Yeah, pretty cool. I had a computer that had the game installed, but I lost the disc.
I didn't actually know that.
Yeah.
Oh, those big rings are how you get to the special stage in the game. You go through them, and then you enter like a 3D area where you destroy UFOs in order to get a time stone.
It was either that or they might have had separate discs that ran on Windows. That came out at around the same time.
Probably.
The 90s.
Like, yeah. Sega released a lot of their like classic games on PC around that time. They released the Sonic and Knuckles collection on PC. There was Sonic and Garfield on PC.
Did you say Sonic and Garfield?
Yeah, Sonic and Garfield. What, you never heard of the acclaimed game Sonic and Garfield?
No, but I'm gonna buy it right now.
I think it's just Sonic 1
And Garfield.
yeah, and one of the Garfield games.
Together? It's just two different games together?
Yeah. It's just a compilation disc, but it's one of the weirdest things out there.
But it's called Sonic and Garfield.
Yeah, it's just called Sonic and Garfield. Because when you think of super fast hedgehogs and blasting through stages really fast, you think of Garfield.
It is. It's called the Sonic and Garfield pack.
Yeah.
It came out on...
All right, Wacky Workbench is done. Actually, one of the better run-throughs of this level.
Yeah, on Sega PC, you got Sonic and Knuckles and Garfield.
Sonic and Knuckles and Garfield.
With bonus Baku Baku, the ultimate puzzle game. Running on Windows 98 and 95.
Oh, here's the level everyone knows Sonic CD for, Stardust Speedway.
Yeah. The Sonic Generations port of this game is so cool.
Oh yeah.
Or port of this level, I mean.
Yeah.
The redesign.
Well, you only really play it to battle Metal Sonic again,
Right,
but it's
and
still
it's awesome.
really nice. It also has one of the best songs, in my opinion, in this game. But we're not going to hear it because we're going super fast. There's the goal. There we go. First level done. Competition, yeah. Da-da-da-bow. What would you say your favorite level of this game is?
Oh, Stardust Speedway.
Yeah.
That's, yeah.
Okay.
We're on it. I always like the first level of every Sonic game. I always love Emerald Coast, Green Hill, Sucker for a good movie.
Yeah.
What? City Escape. Yeah, the first levels of every Sonic game, they know. There's a good YouTube video. It's like really long though that goes over like how the really good level design always goes into the first level of Sonic games.
Yeah, and then it sort of goes downhill from there.
Yeah, time constraints.
Yeah. I love Sonic. Sonic is probably my favorite series in the world, but even I'll admit that it's not perfect. All right, we're coming to one of the more famous boss fights in this game. Actually, probably the famous boss fight, because Sega always brings it back. We're gonna be racing Metal Sonic with the best soundtrack, with the best song in the game. There he is. Now, this is also a good time to mention that there's two ways of really speeding up in the game. There's the regular spin dash, which was butchered in the original Sega CD version. There's what I'm doing right now, the super peel out. The peel out is a lot faster to do than the spin dash because you don't have to mash the button constantly. But it also leaves you more vulnerable because you're not on a ball.
I was so happy when I found out this was an option you could enable in Sonic Mania.
Yeah.
So cool.
But you have to get rid of the drop dash in order to do it.
You do, yes. Not worth it. If you speed run the game, it's not worth it to do.
Yeah, 'cause the drop dash is really good
Yeah. Drop dash is very good.
for speed running. But again, I love the peel out. I love the super peel out a lot. Oh.
I don't like Mondays either, Alex. Ooh, no.
Yeah.
That's not good.
Always one death, and
Has that happened
it's
before?
usually on that because I get a bit too reckless. Look at that cocky prick. He's just cool. Don't you want to play as that guy?
Yes. Yeah, I do.
Don't you want to have a very disappointing boss battle in Sonic Forces?
I've never played that game, and I probably never will.
They butchered a lot of the Sonic's main villains in that game. Like, you fight Zavik more than you fight Chaos.
Yeah, well.
You don't even fight Chaos in the game. That's the whole thing.
Isn't he only in like 8 cutscenes?
Yeah. It's not like they kept promoting Chaos and everything else in the game, but now this race is also very rubber band AI. So like if you're going slow, Metal Sonic will slow down and do that attack to stop you. Oh. Okay, I'm probably gonna stop talking for a bit so I can actually focus on beating Metal Sonic here. So you just want to, if you want to just talk about your own story with Sonic CD.
So, Metal Sonic was created with the purpose of 2 things: to emulate Sonic and his speed, to be faster, or at least just as fast, and to destroy Sonic. He's actually also featured at around the same time as this game in an OVA that is free to watch on YouTube now, I think. That's very, very poorly drawn, not poorly drawn, but like very weirdly animated Sonic anime style. It's actually kind of cool, but you know, not everything ages that well.
I remember watching the OVA. Like the OVA has a soft spot in my opinion, despite how not the best it is.
Yeah, it's the for me it's the voice acting that really gets me.
Yes, everyone sounds like they have a very stuffed up nose.
Visually, I think it's that's a perfect way to describe it. Everyone sounds like they have something in their nose.
Tails sounds very nasally. Sonic sounds like he's very nasally. Yeah, Sonic has like a female girlfriend in it.
Yeah.
Well, female, quote unquote. She has cat ears, so it doesn't count.
Yeah.
Like, it's still a very entertaining watch. It's like, the animation's pretty good in places. Oh, here we go. Last stage, Metallic Madness. If you played Sonic Mania, this is the penultimate stage before the actual final stage. And already starting off to a good start here. Gonna grab this, just be careful. When people think of Sonic CD, they usually just think of the Metal Sonic boss fight. They think of going back to the past in the future. Like, a lot of people usually just consider this their favorite Sonic game, despite the fact that it came out on a system that no one really owned.
Yeah, that's true. You know, they've ported this game a surprising amount, and I think a lot of people that were interested in Sonic as a character probably eventually got like maybe Sonic Mega Collection Plus or Sonic Gem.
It was only, in my opinion, I think it was only really ported to Gems Collection, but
yes.
Like everyone usually remembers it because it was the only good game on the Gems Collection.
I mean,
because there was
it had Sonic the Fighters.
Yeah, which they also made a better port of later on.
Yeah.
And it had Sonic R.
Yeah, it had that. It did have it.
The best Sonic racing game. All right, this is the last stage before the boss. It's also another one of my least favorites because no matter what path you go on, top or bottom, like it's gonna take you a while to get through all this. I usually just go to the bottom because it's a lot simpler in my opinion. Doesn't mean it's still not gonna kick my ass.
That's true, yeah.
hopefully, I'm probably gonna run this game next year, and hopefully when I do, like, for one thing, it won't be at 6 o'clock in the morning after I have no sleep. But also, like, I'll probably go for the all good futures ending, and go for all the times. Either go for all the time stones, or just make a good future by destroying all the robot generators. But that's for next year. This is this year, so let's just get through this. For those who are wondering, like, I can't go through that way because it's blocked off and I can't get from that side. So we gotta make our way to the bottom path and go the slow route. So besides Sonic CD, did you ever play any Sega CD games? Like, did you play
No.
Night Trap? Did you play...
No. I'm not gonna lie. I have played no other Sonic CD, Sega CD game ever.
Yeah. I mean, at least when Night Trap, you can own it on Nintendo consoles, which they said they would never do.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Also, here's Mini Sonic. You get hit by a shrink ray and you become chibi and cute. You also see the design on the save select screen of this game. Though as much as I hate this stage, it also has one of my favorite songs in the game as well. It's just very funky.
Yeah, this is one of the better tracks of the game for sure.
All right. There's also a bit of a troll moment here for first-time players coming up, so I'll point that out.
platform definitely just murders you.
Yeah. Also, don't go through there because if you do, you're gonna go through the same path all over again.
Yeah. Good catch on the door.
Yep. Back to regular size Sonic. Just had to get the pot shot in. We're coming up to the end of the stage here. Just need to slog through this a bit more.
Ooh, my favorite part. Nice.
All right, we're gonna be coming up on time soon. So if anyone's over there. There's also a lot of weird, like, English in this game. Like, there's just random times where there'll just be a random bit of voice acting, like a laugh or like something else. But it's just always weird when it comes up.
That, I believe, is a pitfall.
Yep.
Yes. Oh, yep, it is a pitfall.
Yep. And we're down to 1 life, so let's see how this goes, guys. There we go.
Ooh. That's
Yep.
a game over.
Yeah, thankfully we can just
Game
remaster.
does autosave.
Yep, it does autosave,
Yep.
thankfully, because if we were playing the original CD version, I would have been screwed.
Nope, you would have to start over.
Yep, but thankfully we can just start straight back from here. Just gonna waste a bit of time. Thankfully, after we get past that part, it's like just smooth sailing, because the final boss is very easy in this game. It's just getting to him is very annoying. There we go. Just gotta pick up the shield. And take out these.
Oh, this thing was so annoying.
There we go. Yeah, first time playing this, they were very annoying.
Yeah, so you have to like hit them at the, like, while they're flickering in the air after their laser comes out in order to.
No, it's not when they're flickering, it's like right when they appear.
Right.
So we're gonna be coming up on time very soon once I get the final hit on him.
Is anyone manning the stream? Time's coming up soon. Dan, yeah, time for the run. Yeah.
Also, I don't know if like you're supposed to damage boost for this, but I always do because it's just easier. But also now I'm at 0 rings, so it's gonna be a bit more tense. But after this, the boss is very easy, so I'm just gonna pop him. Time's gonna come after we get this final hit. Gotta start pogo sticking everywhere in a bit.
I think he's supposed to look like a Sega Genesis directional pad.
Really?
Yeah, I think that was like the idea.
And time. Ah, that was. Oh no, we're already at Smash Bros. All right, what's the final time? All right, that's good. That's not the best time I had. My lowest is 30 minutes, but considering I got a game over, it went good. Well, thanks for joining me, guys. It was very nice being here, even though it's 6 a.m. I'm probably gonna head right back home and crash in my bed. This final music track is very nice. I love it. I love this game.
Yeah.
And this cutscene's really nice, so we might
Watch
just let it
Sonic
play out for a
snipe
bit.
Eggman with a rock.
Oh yeah, let's just watch this.
Good eye.
He spin dashes in place and just throws a rock.
Spin dashes and then throws it anyway.
And just dead. All right, well, that's all I have to say for this time, guys. You might see me at the very end.
This is the best Sonic was ever animated.
Yeah, this was made by Toei.
Yeah.
By Toei Animations, but that's the last fun fact. Stay tuned for Melee. They're going to be doing all events, and hopefully I'll see you guys at the very end of the marathon. Later.